Hey everybody, this is Leslie from GoToKitchens.com, and we are live in Fort Worth, Texas still. And you know why we're still in Fort Worth, Texas? Because there's lots of snow on the road home. Hi, it's good to see everybody. I'm seeing lots of people popping in here. Hello, hello. You guys are going too fast for me to catch it all. Plus, I'm not really in front of my camera. Guess what we're making? We're making sauerkraut. I have another sauerkraut junkie in the making right here. So let me turn the camera a second. Look, I'm not there. Oh, no, still not there. Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. Let me fix my camera. Hold on. Okay, that's good. 15 people. You know, I have to tell you, I'm like not very good at seeing really far off, and you guys are really far off. So if I miss comments, I'm sorry. If I'm squinting, it's because I can't see it. I need to wear my glasses and I don't. So there. Yes, so I'm making sauerkraut. You're hungry. Okay, good. That's good. We are making sauerkraut, and Nana was asking me about some specific health issues that she's dealing with, and so I told her that I thought that a fermented food would be really good for that. And for her privacy, we won't talk about what the things are that we were talking about with her. But I was telling her that I thought fermented foods would be super great for that, and I asked her if she liked sauerkraut, and she's like, "Oh, I used to make sauerkraut when I was young with my mom." And I said, okay, well, I'm going to teach you how to make sauerkraut and ferment it, and we're going to do that. And I am in her kitchen. Isn't it adorable? It's so cute. It's such a cute little kitchen. I have like a halo over my head today. It's because I'm an angel. Hey, newbie from Nevada. I'm Leslie. I am from Colorado, but we are in Texas today. Yes, I am in Texas still today. We are leaving. We actually had planned to be here today. We were going to leave tomorrow, but we're actually going to be here tomorrow as well. So I'll be scoping tomorrow regular lunch with Leslie at noon. Yes, still in Texas. Okay, you guys are filling up this room, so I am going to get started. So first I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Leslie. I already said that like 20 times, but let's say it again. Leslie, I have a website, GoToKitchens.com. You guys, please go check it out. There is, right in the title of this Periscope, you'll see at GoToKitchens. That is the website, plus the .com. Please go check it out. Become a VIP. It's absolutely free. You're going to get a free ebook. You're going to get an invitation to join a private Facebook page, and we are fun. We have so much fun over there. I was in Dallas earlier. Yes, I was in a meeting earlier in Dallas, and we're back in Fort Worth. So yes, we did have some bad weather. There was tornadoes. Bless their hearts. There was tornadoes. Oh, see, there's Texas right there. Bless their hearts. There was tornadoes in Dallas, and it was scary, scary, scary. And then we had hail near Mom and Dad's house today. And so, yeah, it's been some crazy weather. And we had a 30-degree weather change overnight. It was almost 80 degrees yesterday, and it was like 40 degrees today. So yes, no, we're absolutely fine. Everybody's safe and sound in my family, but do say prayers for those that lost their homes, people that lost their lives yesterday. Very, very scary. Yes, very, lots of people that died. So you live in Fort Worth. Awesome. Colleen, are you new to me, Colleen? You look familiar, but tornadoes. Yeah, there were some tornadoes around. That's right. Yes, so we're absolutely fine. Thank you for asking. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys one time, just one time, right down there in the corner of this screen, there is a little white ball-headed guy. If you would share out to your followers, I would be super appreciative, and we can spread the word about how to make sauerkraut. We're going to make something that's really good for your body right from this piece of cabbage, or this head of cabbage. I will tell you that this head of cabbage is actually really good for your body, just like it is. Cabbage, I know it's an overused term, but it is a superfood, and it is absolutely great if you're battling cancer in your body right now, especially breast cancer, any soft tissue cancer. This is an amazing thing that you should be putting in your body at least 5 days a week. So yeah, you want food. We want food. We want food. All right, I'm using my Nana's brand new cutting board. She got it for Christmas. It's lovely. I get to cut on it. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for sharing out. Okay, so let's get started. What you need for I keep saying cabbage, for sauerkraut is head of cabbage. Green cabbage is my favorite. You can use purple cabbage, it's absolutely fine. I would suggest that you always use organic, because when you go into the fermentation process, it actually ramps up the pesticides that are found in cabbages. So you want to be super careful about using anything other than an organic cabbage. It actually makes the pesticides more available to your bloodstream and to your body, and so you want to use an organic cabbage anytime you are fermenting. And you know what? I eat organic cabbage anyway. If I can't find it organic, I just skip it and save it for another date. So you're gonna need that. You're gonna need a cutting board. You're gonna need a nice sharp chef's knife. This is an 8-inch chef's knife, so you're gonna need a nice sharp chef's knife. I have to tell you, this is not the sharpest knife on the planet, but it's gonna work just fine. You're gonna want a nice big stainless steel bowl. I do recommend. Awesome! Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for you to try it, Sherry. That eggnog, or non-nog, or just nog, I think we named it just nog, is amazing. You're gonna freak out how good it is. It is so good. Okay. Oh no, you have, oh no. Yeah, oh, I'm so sorry you have babies in the hospital. That's sad. Is that what you mean? Okay, I missed something there. Okay, sorry. Yes, it is good to wash your hands. I do not wash the cabbage, however. We will cut this cabbage just like this. We will not wash this cabbage. I've already washed my hands, so we're good to go. So you're gonna need a wooden spoon. Look, Nana has a wooden spoon just like mine. Look at that. I wonder where she got that. Yep, wooden spoon. And then you're gonna need a nice mason jar, and I highly recommend wide mouth mason jars because they're easy to pack. All right, comments are flying by and I cannot get them all. So we're just gonna make cabbage. How's that? I mean, God, I keep saying that. We are gonna make sauerkraut from cabbage. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're going to establish a nice thin cut. So you're gonna start right at the top of the cabbage and you're gonna go as paper thin as you can possibly get it. They thought it was too nutty. Oh, wow, I love it. I think it's so good. So yes, so you're gonna go paper thin. Actually, this knife is pretty sharp. Dad must have sharpened it because I was kind of complaining about how dull his knives were. Oh my goodness, really? A liver transplant, that's amazing. Is she doing okay? Is everybody doing okay? That's, God bless the person that gave the liver, and wow, Cassie, that's amazing. I hope that that solves the problem. I will say a prayer for her. Absolutely. So you're gonna go ribbon thin. Do you see how thin I'm getting this cabbage? Can you see that right there? You're gonna go ribbon, absolutely ribbon thins. Now I have to tell you, I have an audience. I have a live studio audience. They haven't applauded once though. My Nana and my mom are sitting right beyond the camera. They are not going to come on camera no matter how much we beg them. But yes, that is, I am absolutely amazed, and I hope everything turns out beautifully for her. Yes, there we go. We got some clapping there. Thank you. Wow, wow. So we're gonna go thin slices, as thin as you can get them. You can do this in a food processor if you're so inclined. I would recommend personally, because if you run them through a food processor, see these long strings that I have here? See that? Ooh, I just dropped it on the floor. See those long, thin strings? That's what we're looking for. If you do it in a food processor, it might actually get it too processed and you start getting juice before you want juice. So just saying, and sometimes it makes it, you want your kraut to be a little crunchy. You don't want it to be mushy. So I actually like to cut it by hand in ribbons like this, but that's completely up to you. If you're short on time, stick it in a food processor. Mom and Dad's been doing his with, what is that thing called, Mom? That turny thing that you have, that crank thing. Oh, it's called a Salad Master. Anybody remember Salad Masters? Anybody remember Salad Masters? My dad, I know, they're twins and they both had liver transplants. That's amazing. Is that right? Am I getting that right? Hi, Nana. Hi, Susan. Oh, that's Rebecca Card says. Hi, Nana. Hi, Susan. Sending lots of kisses. She says love and kisses. 1970s. That's right. The Salad Master from the 1970s. All right. So now as hey, watch it. So now as I'm getting a little bit further in, I have to tell you I was supposed to do this before and I got sideswiped or sidetracked. I want you to save a few of these leaves like this. So pull a few leaves off at the beginning when you start this, and I'll show you why in a minute. But you're gonna want to pull a few leaves off, kind of out of my element here. So I'm just gonna pull a few leaves off. And I'm going to show you why in just a minute, why we're going to save those. But then I turn my cabbage over, and when I just start on another corner and start going all the way to the core like this. And it's loud. Yes, absolutely praying for those babies. Do you mind saying their names? I was just thinking the same thing, Mom. Do you mind saying their names, Cassie, so that when I pray, I can actually call their names, because I like to do that when I'm praying for people. If you don't want to do it here, just tweet it to me. You can direct message it to me. Even if you don't want to do that, that's fine too. So yes, but yes, I would love to know their names. I'm still looking for them there. Wow, there's lots of people in this room. Welcome, everybody. Surely some of you are new to me. How many, if you are brand new to me, type in the word cabbage. I did not remove the core. I'm just cutting right to it. You can see there's the core. I'm just cutting right up to it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not good at reading comments and cutting at the same time because I like to keep all my digits intact. Newbie. Cabbage, cabbage. Hey, everybody. There's lots of newbies in here. It's great to see you. I hope that you stick around with me. I do a broadcast every weekday at noon Mountain Time. That is my scheduled broadcast. And then on the weekends, it's just by the seat of your pants, quite frankly. Sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm here 3 times. Sometimes I'm here once. Sometimes I'm not here at all. But every weekday at noon for sure. So, cabbage. Arlo, you're not new. Yes. Okay, so we're just cutting right up. And you think that this looks like a lot of cabbage to fit into 2 mason jars. I am telling you, it's gonna fit. You're gonna just keep going all the way, keep cutting until you get all the way to the bottom of the core. Now then, if you're me, you see right here I have the core. If you're me, you actually save this core. Okay, yes, Sherry, go right ahead. So, yes, so I saved this core. Does anybody know why Leslie would save this core of this cabbage? Anybody have any idea what I would save? Mom says eat it. I'm not. No, not really gonna eat it. Put it in the bag in the freezer. That's right. Good girl. Yes, because I'm gonna make trashy veggie stock. And when I make trashy veggie stock, I use things like this. I make veggie stock from my garbage, from my trash, from my vegetable trash. I save all these kinds of pieces like this, stick them in the freezer, and I make vegetable stock for them, and it's amazing. That's right. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so now we have this big, huge pile of cabbage. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that. I love it. I love this pile of cabbage. It smells really good too. I love cabbage when it's cut. So I have this big, beautiful pile of cabbage, and that is, hold on just a second, till now. So how should I deal with that? So if you've soaked them, Sherry, they should just peel right off of the seed, the seed inside. So you should just be able to peel those right off at this point. I hardly ever buy dates with the seed in them, so it's hard. Your mom. That's awesome. Your mom knew about making trashy veggie stock. I love it. I have to tell you, I'm not the first one to think of that. I did think of it, and then I went and Googled it, and I was like, oh, somebody else has already done that, but it's such a great idea. So I did come up with it on my own, but I'm not the first one to do that. Yes. Okay, so I have transferred all of my cabbage into a bowl like this. Nana, do you have a teaspoon somewhere, like a measuring spoon? This cabinet over here? Nana won't even say a word. She's not doing it. Not saying anything. Shh, be very quiet, Nana. So now we have some sea salt. This is iodized sea salt. You know that I normally would choose a regular sea salt that doesn't have iodize in it. That's not iodized. But because of this specific health condition that I'm working with my Nana, who's my grandmother, by the way, if you guys don't know that already, so I wanted her to have a little bit of extra iodine in her diet, and so I thought it would be good for her, so I actually chose this sea salt that had it. I had the option to do it without. You can do it with or without. It is not going to affect your fermenting process at all, and you can just use regular, you can use Himalayan salt, whatever type of salt that you like to use is fine. You can just use regular table salt if you like, but I am using an iodized sea salt for this, and it's to help her with her specific condition that we are working on with this particular ferment of this sauerkraut, because this is her kraut. I don't even get to keep this kraut. I have to give this kraut away. Dang, I hate that. You know how selfish I am with my kraut. Okay, so everybody wants to hug Nana. They're like, oh, I want to hug a Nana. So I have a teaspoon here, okay, and we're gonna work, and I'm gonna taste as we go along. But this one cabbage head, I'm gonna start, yes, you do need sea salt, for sure. There are lots of minerals in sea salt that you do not get in regular table salt. When you get a bleached white table salt, they've actually bleached all of those minerals and stripped it of its minerals, but the sea salt will actually have those minerals in it. So, and iodine in this particular one is really good for what we're doing with her. So yes. Hey, Dr. Nikki, I didn't see you pop in. It's good to see you. You miss sea salt? Yeah, so we're gonna start with a teaspoon and we're gonna pound the kraut a little bit and see how we go. One thing that you risk is if you put too much salt in, if you absolutely put too much, what are you guys laughing at? What'd you say?
Pound the crap.
Oh, I am. I'm going to pound the crap out of the kraut. So, well, and I'll do that too. They're making jokes over there and I can't hear them. So I'm going to start. If you get too much salt in here, you run the risk of ruining your fermentation. If you get too little salt, you might develop a mold. So you want to be very careful about the amount of salt that you put in. One head of cabbage, you get, they're being goofy over here.
Develop a mole.
Oh yeah, you don't want to. Nana thought I said you'll develop a mole. No, a mold. Mold. Let's be crystal clear here. So, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get the kraut to release some juices. My audience is misbehaving today. We're gonna try to get the kraut to release some juices. So for that, we are actually going to pound it, and that's what your wooden spoon is for. You want to try to get something with as flat an edge as possible, and you're just gonna actually, like Mom said, pound the crap out of this kraut. So you're just gonna get in there with your spoon, and you're gonna give it a good beat down. There is a kraut recipe at Go-To Kitchens. It is for a curatito, which is a Latin kraut. It is not this, but you can follow the same principles, just leave out all the veggies. But I highly suggest that you try a curatito because it is amazing. This is one of my favorite krauts ever, although I do like plain kraut too. So as I do this, I'm gonna stir it. I'm gonna give it a good stir, and I'm gonna continue to pound. And I want this to, yes, it is so good. Get it good, Leslie, that's right. Fuel that kraut. But I want this to develop a sweat, and in the meantime, I'm gonna develop one too, I can already tell, because it's hot in here. It's really hot. It's getting hot in here. This was a teaspoon of salt, but we're gonna taste it. Yeah, if that heater's on, can you turn that off, Mom? We're gonna see how many mason jars that this is gonna do. I'd say that this is going to do probably 2 mason jars. Yep, 2 mason jars. So here we go. So we're just gonna keep doing this. Make them do the dishes, that's right, because if you misbehave, you have to do dishes. Hey, what is that? Okay, what is that chef? Mom, what's that Muppet Chef? That chef, I just reminded myself of that Muppet Chef that he's a chef. He's the only Muppet Chef there is, and he's like, that's what I felt like. This is gonna take 4 weeks, so this is a good time to talk about that actually. You need at least 1 mason jar, but I say you're probably gonna need 2 for this much cabbage, yes. Gonzo, thank you. No, Gonzo was the little blue guy, wasn't he? Huh? He was the chef? I thought he was the blue guy. You think his name is Chef? I do too, actually. And he's like, he's a German chef. And he makes kraut. A Swedish chef. You guys don't know. You don't know. So what we're doing is we are trying to get the cabbage to release its juices. You think that's funny, Sherry? We're gonna try to get the cabbage to release its juices. That's what I'm mainly wanting to do. Do not worry, if you have big pieces like this, just set them aside. Just take them out as you find them in there. They're not gonna hurt the ferment at all.
And Mom's gonna eat it.
My mom's gonna eat it. So
It's salty.
it is. It's
No,
not.
No, it's good.
Okay. Yeah, it should be salty. I want it to be salty. I think I'm going to need a little bit one. I have no idea how one would calculate the carbs. I don't count carbs, so I have absolutely no clue how to tell you to do that. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea. When you find out, though, let me know, because I know you will. Oh my gosh, it's so hot in here. I'm like, whew, somebody, please. This is like the South. It's so hot.
It'll be cool in here.
Okay, hold on. I got to open a little door for just a second.
Now come in here and close it.
Just a crack. Okay, I'm back. Had to open a door. All right, so we're gonna have a little taste here, and I'm just gonna stick my finger in it. I know I need a fan. Burning up. No, I do not. Yeah, fresh air, right? I don't count cards either. You guys are funny. I wish I could count cards. I can't though. It's the Swedish chef. Okay, see? Remember, I loved him. Okay, so I'm going to taste this and make sure it has enough salt in it. It has exactly the amount of salt that I want. It should taste salty, but you shouldn't be like, if you're like that, if you're like, that's too much salt. Okay, so then you need to add some more cabbage in. That's what you said. It is what you said, I agree. But you do want it to have a nice salty taste, but you still want it to taste the cabbage. So about a teaspoon is going to be fine of this particular salt. Too much salt, it will not ferment. Too little salt and you'll get mold. It may be the reverse of that. Hold on. It may be too much salt and you will get a mold, and too little salt, it won't ferment. That's what it is. I had it backwards. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna go just a little bit longer. I just can't stand. I just love doing this so much. That's why I'm doing it. I just like to stand here and do this. So this takes about 4 weeks. So we're gonna actually pack these jars with this, and I'm gonna show you how to do that in just a second. And you're gonna wait 4 weeks, 4 stinking long weeks. You like that? I know, I'm a goofball. No telling what kind of pictures are out there of me that I don't even know, because I make these goofy butt faces all the time. So, but yeah, but it's going to take 4 long weeks for it to ferment. So there's a couple of things that you can do to get the juice to cover the top. Is you can get a good scrumble like I'm doing right here, or a good pound like I'm doing right here. That will actually give you good juices, and it will start forming its own. The other thing you could do is you could add a little bit, and I mean a little bit, of spring water to cover the top, but you do want it to always be covered, because if you don't, you will get mold as well. So you should always have liquid covering your kraut. Who's she talking to? She's missing how to do this.
It's her fault.
My grandmother, my Nana, wanted me to teach her how to do this, but she's on the phone in the other room. She's so important that way. Very busy lady, very busy. Okay, so you can't see in this light. Let's see if I can get a little closer. Do you see how there's some glistening? I know, that's funny, right, Lujan? So you see how there's a little glistening on there? Can you see that? Barely you can. This light isn't perfect for that. Yeah, so you want it to have a little liquid that has formed, and this is called sweating the kraut. So you want it to sweat. No, she has not come in the scope, and she's not going to. She won't even say anything. So you want a little sweat. The other thing that you might see is right at the bottom, you can't see it there either. There's some liquid along the bottom of the bowl. It actually has formed some liquid at the bottom of the bowl, and that's what I want. The other thing that you will notice is that this bowl was kind of heaping full, and since I've pounded it, how much it's actually, I know, right? Because it's burning up in here. But how much it is actually reduced in this bowl. Oh my gosh, reduced in this bowl. So, yes. All right. So now, I know, right? Bing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of move this aside a little bit, and we are going to stuff these bowls. Actually, I'm going to move over here so you can see me really well. We are going to, yes, you can use purple cabbage. Absolutely, you can. I like to use green cabbage because I'm a cancer survivor, and there are properties in green cabbage that are actually different than purple that help battle cancers. There are different plant organic materials that actually battles cancer better and keeps cellular structure intact. So I always use green cabbage, but purple cabbage is gorgeous and you can absolutely use it. So yes, yes, yes. Purple cabbage fermentation is so beautiful. I love it. Purple kraut is gorgeous. But if you have cancer or have ever had cancer, I recommend that you use green cabbage, quite frankly, especially any type of tumor cancer. So yes, and if you guys don't know, I am a 3-year cancer survivor. Yes, and I have mixed the two. I've mixed all kinds of things in my kraut. So you see I put just a couple of tablespoons in there, and I'm pounding it again. We're pounding it again. Thank you so much. You're a sweetheart. You're amazing. No, you are. No, actually green cabbage has more cancer fighting properties than purple. Purple is the most original type and is certainly really, really good for you and does have those properties, but green actually has more than purple. So yes. So we're going to continue. I'm just going to put my mason jar back over here and continue to fill it up and continue to pound it. The reason that I'm pounding it down into the jar is because I want to, thank you for inviting followers, you guys. What I want to do is I'm gonna move over here. I want to make sure that there are no air pockets in this jar. This part of this process is extremely important because air pockets do not allow, they actually allow too much oxygen in there. And again, you get that stinking mold, not mold. My mom thought I said mole. No, Nana thought I said mole. Thank you so much. I know, it's super exciting. It's been the most amazing 3 years of my life, quite frankly. Year 1, I was battling cancer. Year 2, I was recovering from battling from cancer. And year 3, I'm kicking butt and taking names. I can tell you that, so.
Huh?
Oh, here she comes. Look.
Okay, here's Nana. Hi.
This is Nana, everybody. This is my Nana. She's amazing. Isn't she gorgeous? She's absolutely gorgeous. There you go. Everybody's saying hi. Hi, Nana. Oh my God, you just made them very happy. They're very, very happy. She is a beauty, isn't she? She won't let me tell you how old she is, but I can tell you, you'd be shocked. I'll just say that. Yes,
Go ahead and tell.
She's beautiful. She's beautiful.
She said you tell them how old she is.
She's 84 years old. She's 84 years old. My Nana is 84 years old, and everybody thinks that my mom is my sister and Nana is our mother. And I'm like, really? And my mom's like, really? And Nana's like, really? It's awesome. I know, right? She's 84 years old. She's a cancer survivor as well. How long, Nana? 2 years?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. Right after I was diagnosed with cancer, Nana was diagnosed with cancer. She was diagnosed with colon cancer, and she's a cancer survivor. We both are treating it holistically. Yay us. And we're both doing amazingly well. So, yes, good genes. That's right. I have to tell you, my other grandmother as well, my mama who has died, she was beautiful as well. And I always say all the time, I'm like, please, dear Lord, please let me look like Nana when I'm 84. So, oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. All right, so see, I'm really getting a lot of cabbage down in here. Thank you. I know, right? It is great for us both. Yes, we are on the path to wellness. I'm telling you, she's gonna be like 120 and on my periscopes. And how old will I be? I'll be like 80 as well. I'll be like 85. She'll be like 120. And we'll be like, and this is how you make sauerkraut. We'll still be making sauerkraut. I'll be her age. We'll still be making it. Live long. I do have good genes in my family, I have to tell you. I'm not talking about blue genes either, although I do have those too. But I'm talking about genes. We have really good genes. No, neither one of us got chemo. Nana didn't get chemo. I didn't get chemo. They both, the doctors both wanted us to do chemo. We told them to take a hike. Absolutely take a hike. So
Oh,
thank you so much. And my mom, so we have 3 generations in this kitchen right now. My mom is sitting beyond camera, but she's not doing it. She did it once. You guys got her the other day. That's all you're getting.
that's right, no more.
My dad was with us last night. This has been a family time for sure. Man, I'm really getting this down in here, so we may only get like 1.5 jars out of this one cabbage. It really depends on how well the cabbage pounds down. Yes, we are our own advocates. You saw my mom, did you? Yep. I know, she is a lovable crackpot like me. That's a compliment, right?
It better be a compliment.
Did you? Congratulations to you. I'm so happy for you. That's amazing. 13-year survivor right here, people. I am telling you, when people get diagnosed with cancer, they freak out. They panic. I freaked out. They panic. They absolutely panic. They go into a tailspin. They don't know what to do. And it's because they put the fear of God in you. You think that you're dying. When you leave the doctor's office, you think that you're dying until you become your own advocate. And then you realize, I am the CEO of this cancer. I own this cancer. This cancer does not own me. And I love my lump. I would not, there's no way that I would take back the last 3 years of my life. There's no way I would take back that cancer diagnosis. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. It woke me up out of a long, dark sleep that I had been in. So there is absolutely no way I'd ever take that back. No way, no way. All right, so you want to leave about 1 inch at the top of your jar. I'm going to put a little bit more in here. Pound it down. Again, getting all that air out of there. Now, I ferment my cabbage anaerobically, which means without oxygen. So we're actually going to put a lid on this. A lot of people like to do it aerobically, which means that it is that right? Is that the right word? Anaerobically? Anyway, like to do it with oxygen. I'll stop being fancy pants. Like to do it with oxygen, and that's fine too. However you've learned to do it is absolutely fine. So, but anaerobically, I know means without oxygen. So, good for you, Sherry. I wouldn't suspect that you would. I would never suspect that you would. So you can already see here, you see how tightly packed my cabbage is in here? You can actually see a little bit that it has formed a little bit of liquids, and that is absolutely what you want. You want a little bit of liquid to have formed in your cabbage. Isn't that beautiful? That is beautiful. This is gorgeous. And so this is what we're gonna use these cabbage pieces for. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna leave this on your countertop, okay? You're gonna put the lid on it and you're gonna leave it on your countertop and you're gonna wait to see how much, excuse me, how much liquid, I talk too fast. I ingest all this oxygen, it always makes me burp. Do you ever notice that? It's embarrassing. What am I gonna do about that? Anyway, so you're gonna get all this liquid that rises to the top. So you're gonna wanna let it sit on the counter for 24 hours, and in 24 hours, check it and see how much liquid there is. And then if you need to put liquid on it, you can. Do not use tap water. There's too much chlorine in tap water. You wanna use bottled, purified water, distilled water, anything that doesn't have a lot of fluoride or chlorine in it. Because what happens is if you put chlorinated water in there, it will actually kill the bacteria that you're trying to grow, because people, we're trying to grow bacteria here. That's what we're trying to do, because that is what fermented foods is, and that's what heals your gut. So yes, so you want to do that. To keep the cabbage down, as the cabbage forms liquid, it wants to rise up out of the jar and become unpacked out of here. And you want to keep it down. To do that, I use this cabbage leaf. All right. Yes. Am I shedding it fast? Maybe I am. But you want to use this cabbage leaf and you want to make like a little top, and you want to stuff it into the top of the jar. Just like this, pushing it down, nice and down and firm into your jar. The reason we leave about 1 inch at the top of the jar is because as the fermentation process happens, you are going to get some gases that build up in here. It is actually going to make your lid do this. It'll do it naturally now, but it'll actually make it do this. If it's starting to do this and starting to bow, you have some gases. Every once in a while, probably in that 4-week process, about every 7 days, you want to burp your lids. So you want to turn it and it's going to go psh. And then you're gonna see bubbles rising all the way up to the top. You'll see all these little bubbles coming up. If you get that, it is cabbage. It's total cabbage farts. You're absolutely right. So when you do that, it's gonna be a foul smell. You can't help it. It's gonna do it. So you're gonna do that. Yes. So you're gonna twist it. It's gonna go. Psh, you're gonna get all these little bubbles, and then you're gonna put it back firm. You want to do that. You want to burp your cabbage about once a week, or your kraut about once a week, because you don't want to get too much in there. The other tip that I have for you is to always store this in a dark place. So a dark, not cold, but cool. In a cabinet is fine. In your house, in a cabinet is fine. So in a dark place, but put it in a pie pan. Blah, blah, blah. That was a tongue twister. Put it in a pie pan. Say that 10 times fast. Put it in a pie pan. Put it in a pie pan. Okay, anyway. Put it in a pie pan. Put it in something, a plate or something underneath it, because the juices might actually rise enough to come out of the top of the lid. And trust me, you do not want that in your kitchen cabinet. So yes, absolutely. So it's stinky, and you don't want that to happen. So yes, so this is what it looks like. She's gonna leave this on her cabinet for the next 24 hours, and then we'll look at it again tomorrow and see how we go. That's how you make sauerkraut. That's right. It's too many peas. Too many peas, people. Put a diaper under it. That's fine. That's fine if you want to do that, Natty. That's absolutely fine. You can do that. But yes, this is how you make sauerkraut. It's super easy, and if I'd not been running my lips and talking to you guys, I could have done it in about 15 minutes. This is going to take 4 weeks. You're going to leave it in your cabinet for 4 weeks. You can leave it in there for 6 weeks. You're welcome. You're welcome. What will you, I don't know what I'm gonna, what I'm looking for tomorrow in the kraut is I'm looking for liquids to have formed to the top of this. So I want liquids covering the top of this. If you do not have liquids covering the top of this, you need to add a little spring water to it. You always want the liquids in top. If not, you're gonna have mold. If you have mold, it's gonna be black. It's gonna look like mold. If you have mold, then you need to scrape off the top. Your kraut is not dead. So don't think, oh, I got mold, it's all over. You actually can just take off the top layers and start it all over again, and it'll be absolutely okay. So yes, if you have mold that forms down in here, you did not pack it tight enough and you have too much air in there, and that has happened to me before, so you want to be careful with that. And don't eat that. Don't ever eat the mold. Don't stir in the mold thinking that it's normal. It is not to be eaten. It will make you sick. So here's my other tip for kraut. You ready? So if you don't want the poops, if you eat kraut and you don't want the poops, all right? If you don't want the poops, then you need to eat about, I would say if you're just starting out with fermented foods, no more than a teaspoon a day to start with, and then work your way up to a tablespoon maybe after 4 or 5 days to see how your body's reacting to it. I've been eating kraut since July now. I never eat more than 2 tablespoons in a day because it gives me the poops. Now that is me personally. My dad can eat about a cup of kraut and be absolutely fine, but he's a man, he's bigger, his biological makeup is different. Yeah. You are. Yes, I can see there, Jen, that you said that you pooped today. That's good. So yes, absolutely, but just go slow on fermented foods. So there's a difference, Harlow. I'm hoping that if you're buying store-bought kraut that you're not buying in a can and there's no vinegar. A lot of people have a misconception that they can put vinegar in their kraut. I say no. Do not put vinegar in your kraut. It will kill the probiotics that you're trying to grow. There is going to be, this is a lacto fermentation, so it is actually giving you lactobacilli, which is the right kind of and other probiotics that you want to grow in your tummy. Those are the good bacteria that are killing the bad bacteria. That's right. Yes, it will be very tart. It's going to be tart and tangy. It makes an amazing salad dressing. Sauerkraut is one of my favorite salad dressings on the planet. 1 tablespoon of sauerkraut on any type of leafy greens with some some fresh fruit or something like that is so, so good. Yes. It is not the same in basic yogurt. Nope, it is a different kind of bacteria. So that's why we eat a plethora of different kinds of fermented foods. That's why we eat yogurt. That's why we eat kefir. That's why we eat kombucha or drink kombucha. That's why we eat kraut. That's why we try to get different types of fermented foods to get the different types of probiotics. I was a probiotic supplement queen. I took 2 probiotics, 2 different ones every single day because I have suffered with constipation my entire life. Gone. totally gone. This right here, this baby right here solved all of my problems.
Mine
I
too,
have
the first
no,
day.
I have no problems. I was taking magnesium, I was taking probiotics, and still occasionally suffered with it. So yay, go make some kraut. I love that you guys are awesome. A lot of people are saying they're going to get kraut and making this tomorrow. So are going, now I'm saying it backwards, are going to get cabbage. It actually comes, no, it comes from when I pounded it. So that pounding that I was doing for like ever in this bowl, that's what creates the juices. That's how you get those juices created in this, absolutely. Yes, it's so cool. I do refrigerate it after the 4 weeks, you can stick it in the refrigerator. I actually like my kraut cold. My dad likes his room temperature. I actually like mine cold, so I do refrigerate it. If you put it in the refrigerator, the fermentation process will stop. Yes, natural cabbage juices. If you drink, were you guys here? Who was here when I was talking about doing kraut shots? We were talking about, everybody was yelling out, shots, shots, shots. Yeah, okay, so doing kraut juice shots, amazing. Do not do them if you're new to fermenting foods. If you're new to eating fermented foods, do not do kraut shots. You will regret it. You will have the poops and you'll be cussing at me. So don't do that. Yes. You'd like to see a scope on kraut shot. We should have a kraut shot party. I think that'd be a great idea. Yes, it will absolutely help with constipation, I promise. You know, and I have to tell you, diarrhea is also a form of constipation, because what happens is your bowels actually get plugged, and you have an explosive type of diarrhea that is actually caused by constipation. So don't be fooled that if you have loose stool that you think that it's something that you think it's not constipation. It's actually a form of constipation as well. So yes, so you can actually help heal your gut with other things, but also help with the sauerkraut. This will help you tremendously. So yes, this will actually, if you start eating fermented foods, that's right, absolutely, you're right, Carissa. Yes, so refrigerate after opening. Yes, after you've opened it, well, you're going to open it several times throughout. It's not going to hurt it. I have some kraut that has been sitting in fermentation now for about 2 months, and I've opened it and tasted it. It's absolutely fine. It just keeps fermenting. The longer it sits unrefrigerated, the more tart that it will get. It will get super tangy. I actually really like it like that. It's so good. It will get super tangy, more probiotics, more everything, and I like that. So, but after you've opened it and you're eating on it regularly, then you can stick it in the fridge. The fridge is over there. That's why I was moving it that way. You put it in the fridge and it's over there. Yes. But yes, you can absolutely refrigerate it. And I like the way it tastes better refrigerated, but you can eat it either way. You can leave it unrefrigerated too. I mean, my dad tells me stories. Yes, I do refrigerate mine. Kimchi is a lot of vegetables actually, and it's cut up a little bit differently. Yes. So yeah, we're going to learn at the end of January. This is not like kimchi in flavor for sure. Kimchi is very strong and very loud in smell, but it's the same as the idea of fermented foods, but this doesn't taste anything like kimchi in my opinion. So yeah, kimchi is a very Asian, Korean flavor, and this is very kind of almost bland compared to it. Yeah, so makes you drool. I know, it's so good. So in 4 weeks, Nana's going to have herself some kraut, and she's going to be able to start the healing process that she's working on. So summarize what I did. Can you watch the replay? So we sliced up the we sliced up the cabbage super thin. We actually put a teaspoon of sea salt in there. We pounded it. We stuffed it in this jar. We pounded it down in the jar, and we put a cabbage leaf on it. There's a summary. That's how easy it is. Actually, it's so easy. You're so funny, Harlow. Yes. So anybody have any specific questions about this process that I can help you with? Anybody have any specific questions there for me? Awesome. Please make some. Yes, you can use water, but it has to be distilled or spring. Nothing with chlorine, nothing. I know it's really fast, right? Because it is really fast. Nothing with chlorine, nothing with fluoride. I know. I love cabbage too. It's so good. I used to hate it. You used to couldn't get me to touch it with a 10-foot pole unless it was covered in mayo. Miracle Whip. If it's covered in Miracle Whip, I might eat the cabbage, but that's the only way I would eat it. Now I just eat it raw. I would just eat a cabbage salad. So, yes. When to use water? You use water when it is not, when you do not have enough juice in the top. So when you check it in 24 hours and there's not enough juice up here. So Yeah, so the Curatito is actually amazing. It is on my website, go2kitchens.com. G-O, if somebody would type it in, I'd be appreciative. G-O, the number 2kitchens.com. Go check it out. Type in sauerkraut, type in Curatito, I just type in sauerkraut. You will get a video there that I made with my friend Nanette Ogziger, who taught me how to ferment. She actually is the fermenting queen, and she taught me how to do it. Thank you so much for putting that in there. There's the website. Yes, so go check out the recipe. The Curatito is absolutely the same process, except the Curatito has some different spices and things in it, and vegetables, because we put onion and jalapeno and carrots in it, and some other spices. But if you just do basic cabbage and salt, it's the same thing. So yes. Did you? Oh, that's awesome, Clarissa. And then here I was doing kraut tonight. That's so funny. It's a sign. Thank you, Sherry. You know I'm a big old goofball. I'm out to make you laugh. Actually, I'm not. It just happens naturally. Why are people moving away from dairy and grain products? So grains mostly because of the GMOs and the gluten. That's why most people are stepping away from the grains. You know me, I live in moderation, so there's always an allowance for some grains and some dairy. Dairy is because it's hard to digest. A lot of people are having a hard time digesting dairy. Thank you so much. But so I say, you know, so here's what I eat. It's easier for me to tell you what I eat. Yeah, a lot of people are lactose intolerant, and that is caused by a crappy diet, quite frankly. I'm just saying that poor choices in dairy products. So eating cheap dairy, it causes lactose intolerance. Some people have a genuine, my mom, let's take my mom for example. She actually has a genuine concern in her gut that she's had since a child with lactose intolerance. It is, yeah. People are trying to go low carb and stuff like that, so they stay away from grains and dairy. I just, personally, it's fine if you're doing that. It's just not something that I choose to do. I eat everything in moderation. So here's how I eat, and some of you have heard me say this a billion, jajillion times. So I eat 90% plant-based. So 90% of the things that I put on a regular basis, not during Christmas, quite frankly, but on a regular basis is 90% plant-based. So I try to get, that's fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, those types of things, anything that comes from a plant. It's kind of plant-based, that kind of explains it, right? So I try to eat 90% of that. 10% is dairy, grains, meats, anything like that. Anything out of the category of that is 10% of my diet. In the 50% that I eat, I actually try to get, 90%, I actually try to get 50% of that in raw. So, and again, this is just an average. This is not a hard rule. Here's the problem I have with this. People go black and white. Everybody says don't eat dairy and don't eat grain. So everybody goes black and white. I'm not eating dairy and I'm not eating grain and I'm not eating pork and I'm not eating this and I'm not eating that. But nobody lives down the middle. And I call it the colorful middle because it's not gray, it's beautiful. Living in the middle is absolutely beautiful. You can maintain your weight, you can have great hair, you can have a good complexion, you can look like you're a lot younger than you are, you can have great fingernails, you can have great everything by living down the colorful middle. It takes discipline. You can have a piece of chocolate cake because your Nana makes the, oh, how about this? Nana makes like the best red velvet cake on the planet. You can have a piece of red velvet cake because you live 98% of the time clean. So just keeping that in mind. So I just want you, great sex, that's absolutely right. You have a good libido, absolutely right. I mean, let's just call it like it is. It's absolutely true that you can have all of those things. You can have lots of energy, you can have great mind. I mean, my mind works very sharp. It works very clean for my age, especially through the things that I've put my body through. So, and it didn't take that long. It did not take me that long. Within 6 months of eating like this, I could tell a difference. Within a year, I could tell a major difference. I stopped worrying about how many calories I was getting in. I stopped worrying about my muffin top. I stopped worrying about cellulite because I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. So just keeping that, thank you so much. I'm glad you do, because a lot of people don't admire my opinion at all. No cow, no pig, no chicken. No, thank you. You know, so I totally can get behind that. And I'm, you know, people that are vegan, especially, I have so much respect for people that are vegan. I think it's such an amazing path to take, and I have so much respect from them. It is about a mental shift. It is about thinking differently. It's about having a different relationship with your food than you've had in the past. It's about thinking about the analogy of if you only ever got one car to drive, ever, good for you. I love that. I love that you're a vegan. I love it. I think it's amazing. And I only encourage people to do it if it's a conviction. I think to be a vegan, you need a conviction to be a vegan. So, but I really, I can't remember what I was saying. Talk about that sharp mind. Whew, it's right there. What was I saying? What was I talking about? What was I talking about before I said vegan?
You weren't paying attention.
Oh, thank you. That's nice. They weren't paying attention because I'm rambling. Oh, an old car. Thank you. If you got one car your entire life, that's the only car you were ever going to get, you would take care of that car. You would absolutely take care of that car. And so, I mean, this is it. This is all. You get lots of cars, maybe, hopefully. You get some cars, but this is it. This is the only one of these that you get. I'm talking about your body. I'm talking about this thing. That's the only one that you get. Why aren't you taking care of it? Why aren't you taking time to make those mental shifts and taking care of it? So I just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to think about things like fermented foods and to think about things, you know, when you're searching for a diet. People ask me all the time, what's the first step into health? My first piece of advice, yes, your body is your temple, absolutely. My first piece of advice to anybody who's making contemplating an idea about making change is, I want you to identify why you're making a change. You need to identify why you're making a change. Thank you. You want to identify why you need a change in your life. And if it's for your health, if it's for your family, if it's because you want to live to be 120, if it's because you want to be 84, if it's whatever it is, if it's because you want to lose weight, you need to identify that. That is the first step, and make that your passion. Put it everywhere. Make a hashtag. This is my favorite thing to do. Make a hashtag about your passion and put it everywhere. It's just for you. Nobody else knows what it means, you know. Hashtag skinny jeans. I don't know what it is. Hashtag bikini in 2016. Whatever it is, you know, hashtag no heart attack ever. Hashtag I don't want cancer. So whatever it is, identify that. Identify that. Sauerkraut is amazing because it's a fermented food and it's a probiotic that you're eating, a plant-based probiotic, and it's super, super good for you. That's awesome. Good for you. I love that. Hashtag you. That's right. Hashtag love. I love that. Yes, taking care of God's gift. You guys are spot on. You get it. You get it. You're my people. You get it. All right, I am out tonight. I love you guys. I have to go eat. I'm starving my butt off. Not literally. Nope, it's still there. But I'm really hungry. So you want your parents to adopt me so we can be sisters. Okay, I like that idea, Harlow. I don't have any sisters or brothers. Hashtag peace. Yeah, I know they want you to adopt them so that they can. So I am out. You guys have an amazing. I got it now. You too. They're all like me too. So you guys have an amazing night. I will be back tomorrow. I have no idea what this week.
I'm pleased to meet them.
Yes, Nana says she's pleased to meet you guys. So I am going to be back tomorrow. I think I'm going to be talking about how to read recipes. I think that's going to be my subject tomorrow. We're going to pull out one of my recipe books that I brought with me, and we're going to talk about how to read recipes to keep from being frustrated. Because a lot of people read recipes and they get it all wrong, and it's like, and so I want to talk about how to read recipes. So. They're still laughing at me over here. Am I that funny? So you guys have an amazing evening. Thank you. I will be safe. Thank you so much, Kim, for being here. Love you guys. Please go check out my website, go2kitchens.com. And I will see you guys tomorrow, noon Mountain Time. Excuse me. Yeah. Thank you so much. You're a sweetheart. Good luck to your girls there. But yes, noon Mountain Time. Bye-bye.
And we're praying for the babies.
Yes, we are praying for those babies. If you're still here, we're still praying for those babies. So, and I'll look for their names, hopefully in a direct message. So thank you guys. Love you. See you tomorrow, noon Mountain Time. Bye. Bye, Nana. They're saying bye, Nana.